Update on the severe weather potential in the deep south and the mid-Atlantic coming right up. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Electro-Living Weather here, back for another weather forecast on this potential severe weather that's going to go ahead and potentially happen tomorrow, April 14th, 2021. It looks like that we could potentially have some of this go, or some severe weather potentially form in the mid-Atlantic. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and now show you the forecast from the weather models on here. So first of all, we have the NAM 3 kilometer open. So a very good weather forecasting model that I love to use all the time. But anyways, so as we are seeing here, according to the NAM 3 kilometer, we are seeing a band of storms right there. We are seeing kind of a bow echo as we kind of see that line of storms form up all right here. So this is something that we really might need to want to watch. But anyways, so as we are seeing those storms come in. So it looks like that they come in from the south central plains in Oklahoma and Texas, and then they all combine into this bow echo, which looks like it might produce damaging winds, hail, and the potential for a few tornadoes to maybe spin up in this area. So we're really going to need to watch out for this one, because this could potentially be something that could be a little bit on the dangerous side. But yeah, very interesting weather event that we could potentially be seeing down here in the deep south. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into your temperatures for the day here and the hours of tomorrow. So as we are seeing here, this is today, we are seeing kind of a cold front coming through right here, but we are actually currently seeing some storms down here in the southern southeastern tip of Louisiana. So those are going to be moving off, and they will die out as they move off into the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, and we can see some of that cold air coming in right there as those storms do move off shore in Louisiana. But so here's the day that all those storms will potentially form up. And as we are seeing here, we are starting off with a day of, or a high of potentially 80 degrees in Louisiana, 75 degrees in southern Mississippi. But and then once those storms come through, we can kind of see that cold front coming through, and it's going to get a little bit chilly down there. So we're going down into the 50s for you guys down there in the deep south. So get ready for that, because it could be a little chilly for you guys. But anyways, let's go and take a look at our dew points for the hours of when this severe weather potential does form up. So here's actually today, and as we're seeing here, this is where the storms are currently right now in Louisiana as we do speak. So we are seeing around the mid upper 50s, lower 60s in Dewpoint temperatures down in Louisiana. But just seeing that the temperatures do rise as we do head into the new day. But right here is where those storms do kind of come together on April 14th, 2021. And as we can see those huge temperature differences in dew point right there in Louisiana and Mississippi. Both of those areas right there is where the line of storms pretty much are. They're going to move down southeast, affecting the coast of Louisiana and Mississippi, and parts of maybe Alabama right there. So yeah, very interesting stuff going on down there in Louisiana and Mississippi. So let's go and take a look at our bulk shear, because this is a very important factor for tornadoes to potentially form up in the area. So once again, it could be very possible. So we are seeing Some of that shear forming up, all in the central part of Oklahoma and Arkansas, um, lower Ozarks, right in through there. So, yeah, those showers look like that they will potentially combine, and we can really see that line forming up right there, can't we? So that right there is where the line of storms are, right in there. We are seeing knots, Wilkshire knots up to 80 knots, so that's pretty good for Wilkshire anyways, but we're seeing maybe an average from 50 to 60 knots in the area. So a few tornadoes could spin up in the area coming in tomorrow. So something to really keep an eye on as we do head into the next day, which is tomorrow from when I am recording this video. So yeah, very interesting stuff going on. So I want to take a look at our supercell composite because, of course, this can tell us where we could potentially be seeing some supercellular activity. So we're seeing some of that in the coast of Louisiana right there. So we're seeing some decent amounts of supercell energy down there in Louisiana. So, but it's not quite where our line is. So pretty much at this time, this is actually like literally coming right into the new day. So, and yeah, right there is where I'm looking. So yeah, right there is where our line is, and we're seeing some potential supercellular activity, let me say that right, supercellular activity going on in Mississippi and Louisiana. So something to really keep an eye on as we do head into this day. We could again be seeing some supercells in this line of storms. So yeah, a few tornadoes could potentially spin up in the area. Let's go and take a look at our significant tornado parameter. And it looks like that we are seeing some of that stuff in where our line is. So that right there is where pretty much where our line is going to be. So yet again, tornadoes are very possible. Right now we do have a marginal with a 2% tornado chance, but I'll go into that very shortly once I am done reviewing the models. I'll show that at the end of the video. But anyways, so this is what we are seeing from the NAN 3 kilometer. Let's go and take a look at the ACE triple R. ACE triple R is pretty good. I always like this one too because it's pretty good for forecasting stuff. So as we are seeing right here, if you guys don't know what this is what we are seeing currently in Louisiana, which is going to be moving off the shore as we head into tonight as I am recording this. So and then up here is where we will be seeing some of those cells form. And it looks like that we are seeing some cells form in eastern Texas right there, which will combine into that pretty large line, which will affect parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama going down into the coast. So very interesting stuff that we will be needing to watch. So yeah, let's go and take a look at the temperatures with this one. Yeah, right here is where we're seeing the storms currently erupt in Louisiana, which will be moving off the coast. But then we're seeing some pretty decent amount of temperatures right there, upper 60s, lower 70s. That's where our little cells will be forming in the morning as they do move into the Louisiana and Mississippi area. And they will combine into potentially that line that we saw on the NAN 3 kilometer. So it looks like it could be potentially different on this one, but it does seem like that we might be seeing a line that will produce, again, damaging winds, large hail, and a few spin-ups. So something we will really need to keep an eye on as we do move into this day. Dewpoint temperatures, go ahead and yeah, okay, right here, this is where we're seeing the, of course, again, the storms which will be moving off the shoreline into the Gulf of Mexico, but this is where our storms will be forming up as in the morning of April 14th, and we are seeing dew point temperatures of around the upper mid to upper 60s in there, and same for that in Louisiana. So yeah, that's what we have for the HRRR. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro model. And yeah, so here's the Euro model. It is loading up. So here's the temperatures according to the Euro model. We're seeing some pretty warm temperatures down there in southern Texas. But anyways, that is not where our main severe weather threat is. It is in this area. And it looks like that we are going to be seeing, according to the Euro model, we are seeing temperatures of into the lower 70s and potentially upper 60s in Louisiana there. It looks like Alabama, we are seeing mid to upper 60s in temperatures. Dew point temperatures, we are seeing about mid to upper 60s with dew point temperatures, as we are seeing right there on screen. Mid to upper 60s and dew point temperatures all in through there, and seeing some areas of lower 70s on the coast right there of Louisiana. So yeah, here is the precipitation of the this is today, by the way, and there's those storms that are going to move off. And here's what the Euro model is showing. We are seeing a pretty decent bow right there. So wind threat very likely with this. And actually, there is the big potential that we could be seeing a flood threat with this. There is a slight, according to the Weather Prediction Center, that we will be seeing a flood threat tomorrow. So something to really keep in mind too. Flooding is very likely with this too. So yeah, there's our bow that is forming up in eastern Texas and western Louisiana, which will move into Mississippi potentially. This one kind of makes it look like that it's kind of dissipated a little bit into these remnant showers, but still something to really keep an eye on as we do potentially move into the new day. So let's go and take a look at the mid-Atlantic now and see what's going on up there. So let's go and take a look at NAM 3 kilometer. And excuse me, and here's what we'll be seeing going into tomorrow, as we are seeing a few cells potentially pop up right here, a couple of cells popping up right there. So those will move off the coast of North Carolina and Virginia. So this is something to also kind of watch out for as well. And there's our low pressure center right there, which will be related to the severe weather that's going on down in the deep south as well. So temperatures up here will be about, let's just go ahead and wait for this to load up. Again, it is a little slow for me. So we are seeing temperatures of it's pretty warm. Lower 80s and upper 70s down there. We're seeing lower 70s to upper 60s in Southern Virginia, but North Carolina, woo, you guys are going to be really warm going into tomorrow. So yeah, pretty warm temperatures in North Carolina, and right there, you guys can see right there is where our cold front is. So we can kind of clearly see that. We can see the two kind of bows going on right there. That is the cold air moving in associated with the storms that will be going through. So let's go and take a look at the dew point, because the dew points, of course, we do need to look at this. So as we're seeing lower 60s, potential upper 50s with dew point temperatures, but then it looks like that we do see that really cool off. These are the mountains. We're seeing colder dew point temperatures in there, but it does look like that it could potentially, some of those colder dew points could move over into northern North Carolina by April 15th, as the storms do move off the coast of North Carolina. So, so we're going to take a look at our bulk shear parameter now, and as we are seeing with this, this is today. There's nothing really going on with this. Currently, there's no storms over the area, but as we are seeing though, we are seeing some decent amounts of it. 60, 70 knot bulk shear. So something to really maybe watch out for as well. But I don't think that there would be a huge risk of severe weather in this area, but still something to really watch out for. But anyways, I almost did forget. Let's go ahead and take a look at our K values, because of course this is what this is the energy that thunderstorms do need to develop, and we are seeing a little bit of that in upper North Carolina, right in through here. But yeah, so just a little bit of it, not so much, but still something to keep in mind. And then we are seeing in the deep south, we're seeing a lot of that cape right there, form up right there, in Louisiana and Texas. So yeah, we can kind of see where the line goes through as well. But anyways, so let's go and take a look at the SPC outlook for the day tomorrow. So actually this is today, with the storms that are right now going on in Louisiana as we do speak. So we're seeing a 2% tornado risk with this, but the main reason we are seeing a slight is because of hail. So a very big hail has been going on down there. But anyways, let's go and take a look at our severe weather risk for Wednesday. And as we can see, we're seeing two marginal risks. One in the mid-Atlantic right there, upper North Carolina, southern Virginia, and one in the deep south right there. So let's go and take a look at our 4 panel here. And as we see, our tornado outlook is, we have a 2% tornado outlook in the deep south for Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Hail outlook, 2%, 5% hail outlook for the deep south for Texas and Louisiana, and one right there in southern Virginia and northern North Carolina, and a 5% wind risk for the deep south down there, and a 5% wind risk for Virginia and North Carolina right in there. But anyways, this will go ahead and wrap up my weather forecast for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will, who knows if I'll go live for this one. It's possible if we do see bigger risk for this. But anyways, yes, I do thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next time. See you guys.